lovelies, welcome to my channel. On my channel, I will be showing tutorials and how-to videos on sublimation, hot fix rhinestones, shea butter, after shower body oil, and I just purchased a new toy, my laser machine. So I will be diving into some laser projects. Alrighty, enjoy the next video. Hello lovelies, I'm about to make some wax melts and I thought I'd take you along for the ride. I have my double boiler set up here, my scale to measure out the fragrance as well as the wax. I have my wax here. I'm doing a blend. I have a Pro Blend and I have soy, and I'm going to use equal parts of that. I have my wax melt molds. I have my fragrance oil, and I almost forgot one thing. I need my colorant. Okay, so let's get started. So what I'm going to do is, let me see, I need 3 ounces. I have 4 different scents that I need to make, and I need to make 4 wax melts of each scent. So I need 3 ounces of wax. So since I'm using a blend and I use equal parts, I'm going to use 1.5 ounces of one. And 1.5 ounces of the other one. Okay. Put that to the side. Put that in my double boiler. It probably take about a good 10 minutes to melt down. I also forgot I need my heat thermometer, because the wax need to be at about 185 degrees. Once it's totally melted, then I'll add my colorant, and then I'll let it cool down to about 165, and then I'll add my fragrance oil. You don't want to add your fragrance oil too soon while the wax is still hot, because it will burn off some of that scent. So I will bring you back once it's melted. Okay, we are almost melted. We have a few little chips in there, so I can add my my colorant. Uh-oh, I'm falling on the floor. Let's see what we got here. See what color. Okay, I'm gonna use black because I have a coffee scent. That's pastel-y. I'm going to add a little bit more. hope that ain't get on my floor. Ooh, that is hot. I think I got more in my hand than I got in the wax. Let me see what the temperature is. That's 198. So I'm going to take that off the heat. Okay, good. I didn't get any of that on my floor. That's why I put this paper down on the table, just for mishaps. Okay, let's see what the temperature is. Alrighty. While I'm waiting for that to cool down to add my fragrance, I am going to measure out my oil. And like I said, I'm using a 1/2 ounce. Let me get my fragrance cups. Ain't nothing but a little bit more in there, so I'm going to add it all. And that's one thing I like about wax melts. You can add more fragrance oil than you can with a candle. So that's the end of that. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we at 187. I should get my other pan, and then that way I can start melting that one. I think that's what I'll do while I'm waiting on that to cool off. There we go. We're going to tar that out. Okay, that's 150 or 1.5 ounces. Okay, that's 1.5. I'll put that in there, and that will start to melt. Okay, move that chair out the way. Let's see what we got here. We are at 160. So I'm going to add my fragrance oil, and that smells like a delicious cup of coffee. Alexa, give me a 2-minute timer.
2 minutes, 7 minutes.
So I have to stir this for 2 minutes so that the fragrance oil can bind to the wax. And I know this noise is irritating, so I'll bring you back when I'm finished. Okay, I'm finished stirring and making all that noise. So, put it in the trash. Wipe off that spoon. And basically, I'm just pouring the wax in the mold. Really easy. Ooh, I went over on that one. Alrighty, let me clean this out. And all I'm doing is wiping it out with a paper towel. And then, to make sure that the fragrance is gone, I'm going to spray the spoon with some alcohol to clean it. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. Spray it with some alcohol, wipe it out, and she's good as new, ready to go for round 2. Good as new. That look dark. Let me turn some light on the subject. Hopefully you can see that. Good as new. Alrighty. Now, I put my bottle close to that so I can remember what scent it is. Alrighty, put another 3 ounces in there. So when that one's finished, I can put this one on. Okay, that is that. So we're waiting for this to finish. And it's almost there. When you stir it, it helps it melt a little quicker. And it generally takes about 2 hours for the wax melts to solidify in the mold before I demold them. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Alrighty, it's almost to temperature. So let me measure out my fragrance. I think I'll do Blue Hawaii this time. Ooh, that Blue Hawaii smells so good, and it smells tropical. Ain't nothing but a little bit in there, so I'm going to do the same thing that I did for the coffee. And pour it all. Okay, put that to the side. And I should be at temperature. And I am. So I'm going to put this in there and keep the ball rolling. Now let's see if I got some blue colorant. Ooh, that thing hot. Okay, I'm going to put blue in here. That's blue. And I got to stir it and make all that noise, so I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm at the end of my 2 minutes on this Blue Hawaii. Alrighty, so I'm going to pour these in the mold. And I will add the overture. Whoop! I'm getting ready to make a mess up in here. Again, I'm glad I got this butcher paper on my table. Let me get paper towels so I can clean my supplies. And as you can see, hopefully, this is almost melted. Okay, let me spray this with some alcohol to get that scent out. All right, she's good as new. Let me spray my spoon. Okay. Stir this up. See what the temp is. Okay, that is at temperature. But before I take it off, I'm going to measure the last one. That way that won't be cooling off before I get to do what I got to do. Alrighty. Let's switch. And good, because the water is boiling away. I think I'm going to make this red. Well, let's go with purple. What color I got? No, let's make it red. Because I'm going to do, no, flannel. Why I'm thinking flaming. I'm going to go with purple. The color doesn't necessarily have to relate to the scent. Okay. That looks more like a magenta than a purple. All right, my next scent is flannel. A dupe of flannel sheets. And it smells really, really, really good. All righty, we're going to, oh, I'm getting ready to pour before I check. All right, we good. I love when I make candles. It makes the house smell so good. And the scent from me just mixing the wax, it be in the house for at least a whole 24 hours. And when I wake up tomorrow, because it's nighttime when I'm doing this video, it's going to still smell good. Oh, I'm stirring, so let me pause the video and I'll bring you back. Alexa, give me a 2-minute timer. Okay, this is finished. I'll pour this in the molds, and hopefully I can pour it neatly without going over. Nope, I went over again. Alrighty, let me clean this out. Do my spoon first. Alrighty, flip my paper towel inside out. My spoon. Oh, didn't spray it. Okay, we are finished with that one. Move that out the way. Alcohol and heat don't get along. Alrighty, I think this is completely melted. Let's see if we at temperature. Yes, we are. We're gonna make this one yellowish. And the reason why I say ish is because these seem to be more pastel-y. It looks dark, but once it dry, it'll be lighter. Okay. My last fragrance. Ooh. Gotta put my fragrance oil next to it so I won't forget what's what. This is supposed to be Flower Bomb. Okay. Pour that in there. Then I'll go off camera so I can stir it. Alexa, give me a 2-minute timer.
2 minutes.
And I'm just stirring this for 2 complete minutes so that the fragrance oil can bind with the wax. Okay, I'm at the end of my 2 minutes. Let me pour these last 4. All right. That is basically it. Like I said, I'll let these sit for 2 hours before I demold them, and I will post that at the end of the video. And that will be that. Okay, that is it for now. Uh-oh, a little bit more yellow residue. Okay, that's it. Alrighty, I'll bring you back when I'm ready to demold. Okay, the wax melts already. So as promised, I'm going to show you how I demold them. And I just basically turn the silicone mold upside down and press in the center. And they, leave that blue in there. I don't want to confuse myself. They gently fall out. And this is what they look like. And the reason why I mix, do the blend, soy wax has a tendency to give you a frosted appearance once it solidifies. So I put the Pro Blend in. I'm just putting it in a, not paying attention. That's the wrong bag. This is flannel. Okay. Put the label on there. And so that's why I do the blend, to prevent the soy from giving me that frost. And this is Blue Hawaii, so I'll do that next. And it's the coffee. The coffee one is what I over poured. So I'll have to trim that off. That's cute. Alrighty, and the last one is the coffee. This was a little over pour, and I just snap it off. No big deal. Now this is the big over pour. Okay. That'll do it. Oh, that smells like a fresh cup of coffee. Alrighty. And these are the 4 cents that I made. Alrighty. Bye-bye.